So yes, we're now back. It's been a while since I made a video, about a couple of months now, but as Boruto is coming back very soon in the next couple of days, I'm going to be back making videos as well on a regular basis. And I know, as you can see in my previous videos, that I am going to switch up the content a little bit, but I'm still going to make these Boruto videos because that's where a lot of my audience is interested in. Like a lot of subscribers, so I'm still going to make these videos. I still love the Boruto series, I'm still making them. So let's stop rambling on now and let's start this video. So first of all, we've got the time skip designs. As we know earlier, we got Kawaki's and Boruto's time skip designs a while back. Then more recently, we got Sawada's time skip design. And now we've got Boruto's more updated design in the V-Jump cover. It's not too much different from his initial time skip design that we were given a couple of months back, but it still looks really good. And this raises the question, because that, as we know, a few chapters back, the only panel that we had not yet received about what was going to happen in the future in chapter 75 was the one where Kawaki has blood on his face. So it was the main reason why a lot of the readers weren't sure if we were going to have a time skip in chapter 81 or not. I wasn't sure either if we were actually going to have the time skip in chapter 81. I hope it wasn't forgotten about and that is addressed somehow in the next few chapters. Whether it's spoken about in maybe that reference, maybe that something happened that we won't see directly on screen or like on page, or whether a flashback will be provided to explain that. Next, I want to talk about arcs that we might see coming back. I think, personally, I could be completely wrong with this, but I think that we could see an arc about Boruto being hunted before Code attempts to destroy the village. I think one that will be more of a better way to like flesh out the story and like provide proper background before we rush into the main plot lines. But maybe because it's a monthly manga, so maybe they might think it's not appropriate to do that because of like time constraints, and that they might just power ahead, which is still perfectly fine because we have the anime, which we would be told that is also canon to like flesh out the backstory and stuff. So maybe they might use the anime to explore that kind of aspect. Next, I think it'll be interesting to see how Code deals with the fact that Boruto is who he believes that Kawaki is, and that if he will hunt him down outside of the village during the time skip, or whether he'll try to like leave him alone to keep growing his Ten Tails army. Then he'll be stronger to come back later to attack, and then whether he will attack Boruto when he's in the village, and so he might take out or attempt to take out Boruto and the village. I personally think Code is going to be a very like interesting villain or antagonist moving forwards, because I don't think that if they weren't going to use him in some like useful way or interesting capacity, that they would have kept him around still. Like they could have disposed of him when he first met Damon and Ada, but if he weren't going to be that useful, but they kept him in the story, so it's definitely going to have a big impact somehow very soon. Another talking point I'm interested in is that how Ada would have to deal with the pressure from Kawaki to track down where Boruto is and keep to her promise not to follow Boruto, or whether she'll give in to Kawaki's pressure and follow Boruto. I think she'll stick to her word, so I don't think that's something to worry about, but regardless, it's something that we still have to think about. So I'll just throw it out there so you could like dwell on that. I mean, you put down in the comments what you think would happen, like whether she'll stick to her word or not. But yeah, just wanted to throw it out there. And finally, my final talking point is that Sumo and Sawada are probably going to play a very big role in following the time skip because of the build-up that was placed before in part 1 of Boruto, where they're not being affected by the omnipotence that Ada casted. I think that also that Himawari is going to have a very massive role, based on the foreshadowing we got from Damon, that she's very powerful, even though she hasn't like realised how powerful she is yet. Especially the fact that she was able to take out Naruto and Kurama during Naruto's inauguration day. I think those two are going to have a very big role coming forward in the time skip. Also, someone that I think we're all forgetting about is Amado. Like, I feel like he is definitely cooking something. I've addressed this beforehand in previous videos, that you see, even go back and watch those, you'll see what I'm talking about. He definitely cooked something sinister up. Character that definitely look at more carefully, like his actions following part 2, because I feel like there's something more to his character. Like there's something that we are all missing. And yeah, we'll see what happened with him. And finally, actually, my bad, this is actually the final point, is the next Hokage, because since there's going to be a time skip, well, the village shouldn't really have like a vacancy in the Hokage office for this period of time. So there's definitely going to be a new Hokage that's going to get instated following the time skip that we're all going to see. Who I think is, well, I think there's 3 candidates: Kakashi, 2 Shikamaru, and 3 Sakura. Let me address Shikamaru first. Shikamaru would be a logical decision. He's already advising Hokage. He knows the inner workings of the office. He knows how to do a lot of the work already. So he would be a great option. But I'm not sure, just look at his character personality, whether he'd want to take up the responsibility himself. I mean, he might if times and needs and requires it, but we have to wait and see. Second of all, Sakura. She's obviously a great leader in the medical department in the village. She's well known, well respected. But following the fact that Sasuke has dipped with Boruto. I just don't see it happening anymore because it's just going to be a very bad look for the village as a whole. The Sakura's partner is defected from the village and running with someone who they believe is a criminal as well. I think Boruto is Kawaki. So yeah, I don't think it would happen for that pure fact that there's going to be a lot of like dislike towards her per se, just because of who she's associated with. So yeah, I personally don't see that happening. And finally, Kakashi, who I think is most likely to be restated as the Hokage, purely for the fact that he's already been a Hokage. We've already got a prerequisite for this, being the third Hokage when Minato died, the fourth Hokage. We know that, we already said that Kakashi's going to have a very big role to play Boruto, so this could be the big role that he's talking about, and it will make a lot of sense. So yeah, and I wouldn't mind Kakashi being Hokage, like he's a cool character, I've always liked him. That's all for this video. As you know, I'm back, Boruto's back. The videos are coming out more frequently. As you see my previous two uploads, I switched up the content a little bit before I went on my break as well. But I'm back, I'm making Boruto videos now. I'm still gonna make these Boruto videos. I'm still gonna make those videos by the way, so be aware of those, like more of those videos, type of videos are coming out because as you can see, it got a lot of views, a lot of interest, and catch you later.